Hello everybody, welcome back to this channel. In this video, we will be doing the part 2 of chapter 17 of ACCA F2 and the chapter's name is Presenting Information. Before watching this video, make sure that you have watched the part 1 of this video. In case you haven't, then I've linked it in the description box below. If you would like to solve the Captain Exam Kit or if you would like to watch the other chapter videos, I've linked them also in the description box below. So in the previous part, we saw the basic stuff, right? We were done with the bar charts. We saw what a component and a compound chart is. We saw how we write a report and we saw how to make tables. Now we'll be starting with the pie charts. No, before that, let's start with the scatter diagram. So this might be something a little bit new, but it's very simple. So what is a scatter diagram? What do you understand by the word scatter? Scattered, right? Something which doesn't follow a particular order, something that is scattered in nature. Scatter diagrams are used to show the relationship between pairs of quantitative measurements made for the same object or individual. For example, a scatter diagram could be used to present information about the production levels and cost. In a scatter diagram, a dot or a cross represents each data set and is plotted on the graph with reference to the x-axis and the y-axis. Let's just see the example and then we'll read the theory. So we have x-axis as the outputs or the number of units and our y-axis shows the total cost. Now if I want to scatter this is how I mark, right? So I mark my outputs. After that, what am I going to do? In the middle, I'm going to draw a line. So this is going to show a relationship between the x-axis and the y-axis. This is showing a relationship between output and cost in this particular example. Alright. It is clear to see that there is a positive relationship between output and costs, and output increases. As the output increases, cost also increases. So you are seeing that as the x-axis is increasing, my y-axis is also increasing. This shows that there is a direct relationship or a positive relationship. So that is my scattered graph. Now we move to pie chart. We all know what pie chart is. A pie chart looks like a pie and the total angle is 360 degrees and every segment would be in a different color showing the particular number of degrees. A pie chart is a circular graph that shows the relative contribution that different subgroups contribute to an overall category. A wedge of the circle represents each subgroup's contribution. Every 1% contribution that a subgroup contributes to the total corresponds to an angle of 3.6 degrees, right? 360 degrees. It's made of 360 degrees. Now if I want to convert it into percentage, you know how to do that. Now that there's a lot of technology, we have automated the formations of a pie chart as well. Earlier, people used to manually draw the pie charts. They used to manually calculate the angle of the pie chart. But now things have become easy. Alright, that's how a pie chart looks. Alright, now let's see the interpretation of tables, charts and graphs. Although the information presented in diagrammatic form should be easy to understand, part of the role of management accountant may involve interpreting the information, perhaps in a form of a brief report to the management. So the management accountants must be making a report which will basically interpret the information. Even though the information gets interpreted easily using the diagrams, it should further be broken down into further easier formats. It will generally be the case that the better prepared the diagram is, the less interpretations that will be required, right? So more diagrams you have and more explanatory diagrams you have, the less it is to create the interpretation report. Your objective in carrying out this sort of interpretation exercise is to bring out the meaning in the information. So we need to bring out the meaning in the information and provide the information to help the management in making various decisions and in order for them to draw conclusions based on the information which we have presented. As a result of your interpretation, you may also be able to make suitable recommendations. Alright, so let's just quickly do our test your understandings and then we'll be done with the chapter. Start solving this, then I'll discuss the answer. Chapter number, what's the number again? Chapter 17. Okay, start the question. Okay. The following diagram illustrates staff numbers at X Limited for the period from April to June. So it's for April, May and June. It's for 3 months. So this is a bar graph which we have given. And what is this bar graph? Is it component or compound? This is a component bar graph. We have discussed that earlier. Now we have a key. What is a key? A key represents the color, what a color symbolizes. So that is what is given in X. The data presented as a multiple bar chart. This is false. This is not a multiple bar chart. You remember multiple bar chart were like this. This is how a multiple bar chart looked. This is a compound multiple bar chart, whereas this is a component chart. So this is false. Production staff numbers have increased in the period. Let's see that. Which color is production? This, right? I think it is this. So as you can see, production people have increased. So this is true. Total staff numbers have increased in the period. Total staff numbers. So total is the entire thing, right? Even that has increased. You can see that. So that is also true. I hope that's clear. Which of the following charts and graphs could be used to represent the relationship between sales volume and sales revenue? Okay, so what did we say? When you want to find the correlation between two things of the same object, what are you going to use? The scatter graph, right? So my answer is 4. Which of the following charts and graphs could be used to represent findings of a survey regarding the quality of a service? So a quality of a service, you have a survey. How are you going to represent that? Think about it. So you can see that you can see something like 60%. 60% people said it is bad, and the rest said it is good. You can show it something like this in a pie chart. You can also show it in a bar chart that they said it is good, they said it is bad. So you can either show it in a pie chart, or you can show it in a percentage component bar chart. Right, think about it for a second. Can I show it like this in a can I show it in a simple bar chart? Think about it for a second. Yes, no. Is it showing something? Am I able to understand something in this? No. So what kind of bar chart can I use? You can use a component bar chart, right? You can show something like yes, no, and you can be like this much percentage said no, this much percentage said yes. So pie chart and a component bar chart can be used to show the percentages. So I hope you've understood this as well. Alright, so we are done with this chapter. These are the steps in writing a report. Prepare, plan, write, review tables, and these are the graphs which we have seen. Whenever you have a correlation between two variables, in that situation, you are always going to use a scattered graph. Okay, thank you.